two youngest people that you ever did see. Younger than springtime or a newborn baby. And the show is gonna surely make you shout. Yes, ma'am. We're talking about 5 questions with James and Jam. Yeah, that's it. Uh-huh. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Welcome to 5 Questions with James and Jam. How is everybody? Do the check-in. Come on. You know, you need to comment and let us know you are here so we can love on you and tell you how much you're adored and
It's
desired.
sort of it's roll call. It's
yes.
roll call.
Just come in with a here or a present.
Yeah. It's Thursday evening. It's 9 p.m.
Yes.
And we, you know, it's been a week, people.
It's been a week. It has been.
Hello,
Christine Shep Strong. How are you today? Hi. I hope you're well.
I want to see who's watching. There we go.
So, yes. Big things happened this week.
Yes.
We both got jabbed this week.
Yes. You had your second jabbing.
Yes, I had the
and
second
I had my
jabbing.
First jabbing.
The second jabbing of the
Tom Loria. I'm in the bedroom.
Oh, Tom Loria. Maurice Lawler, how are you?
Hi.
Maurice.
That's my friend Maurice. You would love him. He's lovely.
Would I love Maurice? He's a good guy? All right.
He's a wonderful, wonderful person.
So the second jab was not too bad. I didn't get any real side effects because I took a Tylenol after.
I did. Rachel Peters is in a different
Rachel Peters.
I don't know if I had side effects. Yesterday was just a bunch of needles for me. Hi, Michelle. I went for a physical first. So.
Oh, I lost you. Did we lose to
New Jersey?
Okay.
And got the shot, the vaccine here.
Wait, we lost you for a second, my honey.
Oh, I'm back. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
So I had a physical yesterday where I got blood taken here, a tetanus shot here, and then I drove to Bayonne, New Jersey, and got the vaccine here. So my arms are really. I'm still about like here.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But side effects wise, I came home and I passed out.
Wait, can I tell you the cutest thing that is happening right now?
What's happening?
So Kim Exum's daughter, Kim is not by her computer, but her little 2-year-old daughter is in front of the camera with
I love it.
With the headphones. I almost wish we could like bring her in, but she's
later.
So cute. Yeah.
Tylenol the day before, the day of, and the day after. Okay.
Yeah. So Chris, that really seemed to help me. The first shot I got, it felt like I had the weirdest headache where the back of my eyeballs were thirsty for like a day. And then after that, it was fine.
So these were Pfizer.
This was a Pfizer. Yeah. And so you've been sewing also this week, right?
Yeah, I am. So here, I'm making a jumpsuit. I'm learning how to make a jumpsuit. If you have feelings about jumpsuits, have feelings. But I think this was my rationale that happened today. I've had a pattern to make a jumpsuit for 8 months, and I haven't used it. I opened it, I cut out the pieces, and I'm doing a show of my own in Provincetown this summer.
Right.
Where I'm like going to be just like me at a mic with a piano bar, just like doing that for a couple nights in Provincetown. And I figured, I'm always like big on what am I going to wear in my shows anyway. So I figured, couldn't I make the things that I wear? It's 2 nights and like I could technically wear the same thing, but it's summer in Provincetown. Shouldn't I have a jumpsuit? So I'm learning how to make a jumpsuit.
Well, also, Rachel Peters is ready. She's placing an order.
She would love this. If this comes out well, like I have some photos that I'll show you of like the progression so far.
But like, wait, Rachel Peters really is the jumpsuit. Didn't she get married in a jumpsuit? Yes.
In a legendary
in a legendary
Yeah.
jumpsuit. I love it.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you'll be getting some Rachel Peters orders. I've been workshopping in musicale
Yes, you have. You've been
this
doing the
week.
theater this week.
Yes, well, I mean, nobody told me that I couldn't say anything. So we're doing it's a musical version of The Notebook, and it is a very fancy cast.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm always kind of like, who do I think I am
You're
being in
fancy.
this Zoom room?
You are the person whose name was listed in an article today with the Bacon brothers.
Well, 'tis truth.
So that's who you are.
But yeah, I've been spending the week working on a musical version of The Notebook, and it's quite beautiful. So hopefully
Yay.
we'll get to
And this is just they're working on the book right now,
we're just doing the book, yeah. So we
Okay.
have done other Zoom workshops with music, but the music part is hard on Zoom. It's just is hard.
I know.
So yes, so that's
I have something.
week.
There was a couple weeks ago where we had Sakan on the show, and I've been meaning to mention this because she brought up a tea, Serengeti tea.
Right.
Of course, I needed to have everything that Sakan came out of her mouth and said she had. So I immediately went to Amazon that night and was like, and I got all of the Serengeti tea, and it came, and it's lovely. It's tea sticks. So it's like, I should have brought one out. It's a stick.
You should have seen Kim's face. She was like, a tea stick? Like,
it's tea sticks, girl. It's tea sticks where you literally just open it and stick it in the thing. You can stir with the tea stick, and it's perforated so that like the stuff comes out. It is the most flavorful tea I have had in a good long minute. I'm in love with it. So Serengeti tea. I got chamomile. Somewhere there's an Earl Grey, so get up in it. But I have to tell Sakan about that.
I also just have to tell you the woman who we have on the stage on our show today is fabulous. We are fans of hers, and we're so excited to be able to chat with her and get to know her a little better.
Yes.
We have all kinds of questions. She is currently, well, no one currently, but is in Book of Mormon. Most recently, but I think she's going back, right? So,
I believe, I would imagine.
Yeah, at some point in time.
Or is Nabalungi in Book of Mormon, Miss Kim
Book of
Exum.
Mormon on the Broadway, and she also hosts. Yes, are you going to? You're telling them about the wonderful podcast.
She's also the co-host of Off Book podcast, which is a podcast that Broadway Black does with it's her and Drew Shade and
I can't.
Okay. I know. Well, the only episodes I've seen are with Jason. So Jason VC has guested, and
I know, but it's in Ngozi. We're gonna get that right. Kim is like looking at me like I could tell you the name, but I'm not in the show right now. She's backstage just going, I'm dying to tell you the name.
El Morgan has also clocked that we match. We didn't even plan this. We just both got on camera at about 8:30, and we were like, oh. It is keen to be seen in green.
And wait till you see Miss Exum.
Yes.
So yes, this is the show we have for you. But you know,
is it time for our first segment?
It's time for our first segment.
So look, as you know, our first segment is always 3 minutes, where we just like. We have something we want to riff on for 3 minutes, and we are sticklers for putting this agenda together each week and figuring things out. And we have a show meeting that happens, and like we do things.
We do.
Both of our assistants are there.
It's true. It's a big Zoom call that
it really
we do
is. And then at this week's staff meeting. We said, so do you have a 3 minutes? And I said, do you have 3 minutes? And Jan said, well, no. Do you have a 3 minutes? And I said, no.
He said, no.
And then we realized we don't have 3 minutes.
We don't have a 3 minutes. We don't have a segment for this segment. So that's the segment.
What we realized is
that's the riff.
Because we were saying like, oh, Like, I think you at one point said, I just don't feel inspired. And
I
I was
know.
like, oh my God, I don't eat. Like, I felt the thought around coming up with a thing felt somehow overwhelmingly exhausting, which is ridiculous.
Well, also we're in the middle of a parallelogram, right? We're in a
It's a panda
pandemicatrice.
bear.
So it's like sometimes the feeling is just like, look, we be
It's
gentle with
okay.
ourselves. It is okay. We have a fabulous guest
But you
on
know what?
today.
Like where you can find inspiration is, I think, just in camaraderie.
Yeah.
So there's like an Elaine Stritch quote about like, I'm not influenced by people, but there are several people who inspire me. And
Hmm.
I think that that's what it is. It's the reason we end up in green without saying anything. It's the
This is
reason that
true.
like, oh, I don't have a 3 minute. You don't have a 3 minutes? Oh my God, let's go over here together and not have a 3 minutes together. There's actually some great solace in that. Um,
Yeah.
it doesn't all
And
have to be planned. It's not all going to be perfect.
yeah, and also I think there is something to be said about like listening to your spirit song. And
Mhm.
sometimes it's not,
Sometimes
this
your
is
spirit song is out of key.
it is out of key. And I've been jabbed and I've been looking for an apartment and
Mhm.
doing this Zoom workshop and the 3 minutes was like, yeah, you ain't up.
But that, like, I want you to know that I have set the timer for our 3 minutes when we
You
actually have
did.
managed to have just a moment. I don't know if the volume is on, but there we
Brilliant.
go.
That was the most
That was our three
ratchet three
minutes.
minutes
It
that
wasn't.
we've ever done.
I think that
No, it was ratchet. It was ratchet. I mean,
sometimes your spirit song takes a nap. It really does. It really
sometimes your
does,
spirit song
and it's
takes a nap.
okay. That's
Can I tell you
okay.
something?
Hmm.
Christine Shep Strong was the first person I think I ever talked about spirit song to back when I
It's
was
become a part of
working.
my vocabulary permanently now.
She was asking me something, and I say nothing but foolishness half the time. So anyway, feel free to talk to us, ask us any questions you want.
Yeah, tell us how
Um,
your week was.
how is your week,
Yeah.
everybody?
Has
How is your
anybody
spirit song? What
Yeah.
is the song that your spirit is singing today? Is it rap? Is it
I have to
jazz?
also I need to just tell Rachel Peters if she is still here. She posted something about Jamie Cullum. Remember Jamie Cullum, the singer?
Yes, yes.
Uh, I had not thought of him since his first CD back in 1864. And he has apparently put out at least 7 or 8 others since I last thought of him. And so
Oh,
I did a medium deep dive, and there were some hits. There were some hits.
oh,
He does a very cute cover of All I Want for Christmas Is You. And I was like,
oh.
all right. So I downloaded some Jamie Cullum. Um,
Christine Shep Strong.
I'm
Oh,
multitasking.
Christine Shep Strong's spirit song is a Georgian chant
A
today.
Gregorian chant, yes. Elijah
Elijah
is here too.
Caldwell, hello. How
All at
are
Sea is
you?
a wonderful song.
Oh,
Um,
Elijah, happy birthday, right? Like, wasn't it just
yes, his
recently your
birthday was this
birthday?
past weekend.
But he's so trifling. I feel like he's been having a birthday for the last 3 weeks or
Well,
something. Like every day I'm on Facebook and it's like, birthday, birthday. I'm like,
hits.
how many?
First of all, Tom Lorio apparently has a
His
problem.
spirit song is hits. All
No,
right.
no, that's about Jamie Cullum.
Oh, okay. Well,
Hits.
here is the thing. I think we need
Yes.
to not delay anymore. I
Yes. I
think we
think we should
need
bring out
to
our guest.
our
Um,
guest, the wonderful. Let me see how many adjectives I can come up with for her. The wonderful,
Splendiferous,
the glorious, the splendiferous, the
supremely
scintillating,
talented, gorgeous,
supremely talented, gorgeous, stylish, enchanting, mesmerizing,
knowledgeable,
tantalizing, brilliant,
inspiring. Is that a word? Yeah.
effervescent,
Oh.
inspiring. Ladies and gentlemen, Kim Exum.
Oh my god.
Just
Yes.
adjectives.
Yes, just
Yes.
adjectives. And also, we gave you a little entrance video. You thought we were bringing you right in, and you were like, "Wait, what? There's a packet? Yes, there's a
There
packet."
was a song, like I had like a little like,
You had like
okay,
a
my name's
moment.
Fran. Like it
Yeah.
was giving.
Hey, Miss
I love
Kim.
it.
Hello, Miss Kim. Kim,
How are
how are
you?
you doing?
I'm doing great. I had a lovely day of faux spring.
Right.
Like I find it to be so hard to get out of the house sometimes. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get out of the house. And then it's like 3 p.m. and I'm
And
like,
you've
oh
missed
shit,
it. Right.
I missed it.
Right.
But now
it's starting to
thankfully,
feel good. Like to go out and like you get a little bit of like something on your skin and you're like, oh,
yes,
what is that?
the energy is different. Thank you, El Morgan.
It is.
Because baby, you're a star. Whoa, whoa. Okay.
El Morgan's a star.
We can't pay for the
Period.
rights, so I don't know why I'm like singing this man's song. Kim Exum, what is your spirit song singing this week?
Yeah.
Or today?
I mean, if I could pick an actual song,
Yeah.
it's that song from Silk Sonic, the
Yes.
I'm gonna leave
The door
open. That
Can I
song.
I am always surprised at how sexy Bruno Mars is.
Oh my
Like,
god, he's like 5'2". Me too.
I know. He's like
He's
5'2"
on
nothing.
a good day.
5'0" nothing. And I was like, but I'm like, his little swag and everything. I'm like,
Yes.
He does
Okay.
have a lot of swag for someone so tiny.
For someone so small, I relate. I'm the same height as him, and a lot of people think that I'm bigger. The height conversation is like an ongoing conversation. Like, how tall is this person? We're always like, they feel
that's true.
5'9",
Yeah.
and they're actually like 6'3", but they're
I'm terrible
they feel
with
that
height.
high.
Like, can you
Well,
can
because you're
gauge
tall.
people's right. All I
Yeah.
ever know is everybody's shorter than me.
Yeah.
Right.
That's all I know. So I'm always like, oh, is that person 5'6"? Or oh, is that what 5'4" looks like? I have no idea.
So funny.
I'm always mistaken for like a cool 5'5", like average height. People like, oh, you're 5'5", you're 5'6". I was like, I'm actually below average. I'm 5'3". I'm short as fuck. But people always think that I'm like giving you tall.
Yeah, you
like,
do read taller to me for some reason. That's
do.
funny.
But
I was
I
looking
come from very short people.
I was looking at your Instagram today, and there is this video of you strutting in a pair of like high heel boots, and you are giving
Immediately going to Instagram.
You are giving me all of the tall glamazon life.
I love a heel. I love a heel. One of the things my mom always was like, you need to learn how to walk in the heels. Like she was
I
like,
wish
if
my
you
mother said that.
want to wear, if you want to wear heels, you can't just clunk in them because you're gonna look foolish.
Right.
If you're gonna clunk, wear a flat. So you gotta like.
Do you miss it? Pandemic. It's the pandemic. So like I know I have like fancy sweatpants. I have dinner sweatpants. I have like go to
Dinner
Target
sweatpants.
Do you miss dressing up? Like, the thing.
I do. I miss because I
it.
actually missed dressing up like before the pandemic because I feel like when you're doing a show, especially like a long running show where the gig is endless, thank God. But when the gig is endless, I just found myself coming to work in loungewear all the time. It didn't matter, And I know that a lot of actors dress for the stage door, but we're like 10 years in. I'm not dressing for the
It's a door.
Like I'm not about to win a Tony. Like no one gives a fuck.
Right.
So I mean, I would sometimes have my little outfit, but more often than not, I'd be dressed like, this.
Right.
But I miss like the
that
ability.
Occasional thing.
Yes, like there's an opening party, or like, oh my God,
I'm gonna go see somebody's thing.
Yes, the show's
birthday.
Closing. Come. Or like when I went to Strange Loop, for instance, I dressed up for Strange Loop because I was like, I don't
see the brown
need
people.
to give me an excuse. I'm going to dress up. Like I've been waiting for this.
So I just want to say, like Rachel Peters, her spirit song is a very long Diamanda Gallas guttural scream.
Diamanda Gallas.
All right. Okay. That's deep. And Elijah, I've now
that's the French
changed his name.
of Elijah.
Elijah Couldoil. says, "You know how to wear a heel." Oh my gosh! But I'm very thrilled and excited to have you here with us
and ask you some questions.
for some foolishness and wonder. And you know what? I just have to mention your daughter is adorable, and
Absolutely adorable.
we were
She'll
so
be
glad.
back.
Oh,
Don't you fret.
oh, I can't wait. But we love that we got to visit with her in the beginning, and that actually takes us to our first question. We are now officially into the 5 questions.
Bam, 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 bam.
There'll probably be more. I'm just saying.
Because I can't do math. I was bad at math.
Oh, that's deep visual.
Oh, I want like a slow 5 coming in.
A slow 5 coming.
Yes.
It's giving Spike Lee, kind of.
Yes,
right.
I'm going to work on that. So this question is kind of the first question is around motherhood, right? And the first thing that I'm interested in is the actor hustle is for real, but being a parent and doing that brings it to a whole other level. So what I want to know is, what is that hustle? The hustle of not only being an actor doing the thing, but also taking care of this other person,
another human being,
and also, like, you know, one of the things that I noticed, and you were talking about it the other day, is when mothers go to an audition, but another actor will come meet them there, so they can't just sit outside, so you can go do your work. So what is that hustle? Talk to me about the actor hustle, also being a parent.
It's hard. It's hard being a parent having any type of job. I feel like parenthood, God designed it so that no one would have to work. But then he was like, oh shit, things cost money. Forgot about that. Make it work. Like, so for the struggle with actors is mainly like the time of the day in which we work. So like daycare is designed for 9 to 5.
Right.
And that's cool for auditioning. Like if you have the coin to send your kid to a daycare and you can just go about your business. But if you are also doing a show, then you have to worry about the other end of the day. And that's kind of what makes it difficult. So we end up shelling out a lot more money in childcare for the nighttime and for the weekends.
I never put that together.
It's really that, like a 2-show Saturday. Like, so for my show schedule, I had a 5-show weekend. So I had 2-show Sunday, 2-show Saturday. Wow. So the whole weekend was just fucked. And it's more money because it's like a daycare is not going to be open on the weekends. Whereas if you had a 2-show Wednesday and had a facility where they took day and night, then that would be a bit cheaper than hiring a nanny. So that's one of the hard parts. But thankfully, because I do have a job, I'm able to pay for it, but I'm a principal, so that's a privilege.
Right.
A lot of ensemble salaries, like if you're making the minimum and maybe with like a few bumps, like it's taking like a lot of your weekly salary away just to pay for childcare. Right. You know, like I don't know how people who are like working in the restaurant industry, like when the income is fluctuating, that's got to be kind of like a scary thing, like to have the pressure of making this set amount of money just so your child can be taken care of while you go to work and try to make a little extra. So that part's hard. And then auditioning, thankfully, like I have a wonderful village of friends.
Yeah.
And when everyone's auditioning, it's just so much easier because I have a lot of friends who are my type. So it's like, hey, Destiny, what time's your appointment for this? She's like, oh, girl, let's at this. What do you need? Oh, I'll come early so that you can, you know, and I'll sit and watch Ezzy. So, and then I have friends who will literally just meet me at the spot. Like they're like, oh, I'm in Midtown. They'll meet me. And so it is hard. It's an adjustment more than anything. And at home, the hard part is the noise. So if she's here, so like me and Jason will be taping at midnight Eastern time.
Oh,
after she sleeps, you know.
Doing a self-tape becomes a whole other thing.
Yeah. So like if she's here, it's like an all-nighter type situation. It's also hard to memorize lines. It's hard to learn material when you
have
don't
to
really
do
have
two
the
things at
time.
once.
And it's
Or four
hard.
things at once sometimes.
Yeah.
But I think when sorry.
No, keep going.
I just wanted to cap it off, but like these are just a few years of like eventually she's going to be able to she understands now. She says, "Are you doing homework?"
Oh,
like that's what she says.
That's the sweetest.
So eventually she's going to be more self-sufficient, and these aren't going to really be problems. You know, I could say, "Mommy has to do a self-tape, be quiet," and she understands what that means.
Right.
She'll get it, you know. And like when she's 5, I'll just leave her at home by herself. It's nothing.
And have me a steak ready when I get back.
Yes.
I mean, so I have a follow-up question to that one because, well, we got an example of it today, but I was watching the Off Book podcast and something happened. She came into the space and you didn't shoo her away. You let her hold space and like actually you addressed what was there. And you even went, guys, I have to mute myself. And you muted and you took it, you're there with her. And I thought it was like so beautiful and powerful that how you let her hold space. And I know that is my perception of it. But
that's what I was like, when he was coming up with this, I was like, you know, what's interesting is you found that so magical and so beautiful.
I did. I thought
that's like, it's rote to her. Like that is what you do.
So
I would love to,
yeah,
I wanted to witness this moment.
So the question is like, what really was that moment for you, right? Like when your daughter dive bombs a Zoom and what I saw you handling, like, what is that moment for you? Because what I witnessed, I thought was like, I dig how this lady is like letting this kid hold space. And like, maybe you're like, nah. I don't know.
You let them hold space because they're gonna hold the space, but it's just kind of like, it's like, what the fuck? Like sometimes it's very like when I have to mute, that means that there's noise happening, and it's like, what? Just sit down, like sit your ass, like the full like black mom mentality is happening, like when your mom is on the phone and she's like, I'm sorry, could you hold please, and then you press hold and then she cusses your ass out. I'm not cussing her out, y'all, because she's 2, but when she's 5 it might be, it's like no. No, but I will say like it also depends on, like, I thankfully in the early parts of the pandemic was given, I mean, I knew that just knowing me, I'm like, you're gonna get what you're gonna get. Because,
right.
You know, she's here. But it does feel good when there are people like, you know, when like Drew is like, it's fine, it's cool. You know, when people say like, give you that space, you feel more comfortable to say, you know, I'm a mom, it's okay. You know, you feel comfortable. And I do enjoy that. Like the other day, I was on a Zoom with Raja Feather Kelly, and was just so like, you know, tell me if there's any allowances, or, you know, your life is beautiful. Like he said, like, I mean, the way he talks is just in like poetry anyway. But you know, that type of thing, it does make you feel more comfortable so that you can have those moments and you can handle them with more grace with your child than a mute, hey, sit your ass down type of thing. But yeah, I just be trying to, I don't even know. I can't shoo her because that'll make her cry. Because kids, they also feel that. Like when I'm like, be quiet, she like breaks down in tears.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, I'm not, you know, but anyway.
You know, it's so interesting. When I worked with Kwame Kwe Arma when he was at Baltimore Center Stage, and so there were quite a few women who were mothers in the show, and sometimes they'd have to bring their kids. And he said the most beautiful thing. He's like, about space was like, it's going to be their space, so let them be here. And so there were times when like these small little kids would be in the thing, and the mom had to be on stage, and he would literally just grab the child and have the child and direct with the child direct their moms with the child in his hand, and then the kid would be like just looking up at him and like looking, and he'd put the kid down, and the kid would just
we are still in the real world.
Yeah.
Yes.
So why take that away from them?
I mean, it's so commonplace. Like, I think that the theater, thankfully, is becoming a more child-friendly place, and so is TV and film. I've had auditions mainly for commercials where they're like, "We have a Zoom audition for you," and I'm doing my thing, and Ezzy will burst into the room. She'll burst in and be like, "Hey, girl, what's up? I'm watching Frozen." And I'm just there with casting, and they're just like, "Oh, it's totally fine." I even had a moment when casting was like, "Do you want us to, you want to come back in like 10 minutes and we'll just take this person?" I was like, "That would be great." Yeah. And that was, really helpful. But like, theater is a really welcoming, not always, but theater is a really welcoming space, at least it's for my experience.
Right.
Yeah,
and it's harder for like, I think a lot of girls in like the corporate world who are literally on Zoom from 9 to fucking 5.
Right.
And they've got, and the assumption is that you have help. And I don't know why that's the assumption, because even people who are married don't have help. Like if my husband is at work.
This is something that's never happened before.
Yeah.
No, nobody has. And a lot of it does fall on the woman, even if you are married. A lot of that responsibility falls on the woman. And then you have the woman who's working in the corporate world, and she's expected to perform just like someone who has no children or has no family or has no other obligation. And it's just like it's a mind fuck. So hopefully the pandemic has allowed people to see that like you can do both, and you should be allowed to do both.
I'm very curious about what because that's something that's a lot on corporate America. I wonder what they're going to look like when we come back, when things come back. We're creative people, we're artists, and I think that we adapt to things a lot quicker. Maybe it's still hard, but we can deal with, everything's changed, the whole script is different, and we're doing it tonight. We can do that.
Everything is
the whole
you want it by tonight?
Oh, y'all got a new set.
Okay. All right.
I got to get out the.
So I'm not wearing a wig,
right? Because I had a wig this afternoon show,
but we're cutting that. Okay, all right.
So we can do that. I think
corporate
America has a harder time with that. So I'm really curious, like what the landscape of a lot of things look like when we come back, which actually fully leads into question number 2.
Fully. It segued so nicely.
That was I gotta how do we go back to work? Like, so here the year we've all had, all of the nonsense, all of the adapting into, so just everything is revolving around this computer, this phone, this camera, that light, and hopefully all of these glasses and this microphone. How do we go back to, not like, it's going to be so great when we can go back in the room and like, oh my God, I missed you. Okay. How do we go back? Because there's like a reckoning on a lot of levels. So just, do you have words on that? What it looks like to go back to work?
I think it looks like a bunch of rat shit in my dressing room and dust.
Right.
I'm like, who's gonna clean up before? My question is like, I hope there's somebody come in and clean up
before you get there.
Yes, like at least dust it off or sweep up the shit or take the rat bodies out of the dressing room so it's a little less traumatic. But I don't,
because the first people who were going to be asked to make everybody feel better are the artists. We're last on the rung to get any sort of relief, but we will be the first called to say like, hey, the world is back, so can y'all make everybody feel better?
Yeah.
Yes.
Go do the little thing you do. So how do we do that?
Well, I don't know. I heard some tea. The word on the street is that there is going to be like a with Broadway specifically, there's going to be like some shows opening at one phase, and then in the second phase is other shows, and then there's like another phase. That's what I heard. I don't know if that's true. So that, you know, if you're in phase 1 of the Broadway, I think you're going to have a lot more to figure out than if you're in phase 2. Phase 1 will probably be like the big shows, like not Mormon, like Hamilton and Wicked, and you know, the family shows or whatever. But
who's
as far
coming
as
to see them?
Well, that's the thing. It's like, I think they're going to start with that phase so that people can come. But I just,
like,
I don't
for
fucking
that part,
know.
are you ready for that part? Like, what does that
People
feel
coming?
like?
I don't know. I don't feel like people. Well, first, my whole thing with the South is that I don't know if they're going to want to come here and comply with our laws.
I know.
You know, like, I don't know if they're going to want to wear their masks in the theater. Like, I don't know if they're gonna want to like do New York, you know, because it's got so political that I don't even know. I don't know what that's gonna look like. But for actors, I don't know. Like, I just don't think it's ever gonna be like as it was before. I think coming back is gonna be like bittersweet, because I think that it's gonna be a thing of like, we're back, and then you expect to see a house full of 1,000 people, and it's not gonna be that. I think that a lot of I think it's gonna take some years for. I feel like we're gonna see some closings happening. I mean, I feel
big things.
Of big things, you know, and
now and forever doesn't exist anymore.
I don't know. Like, I'm excited to go back and, you know, with Mormon, that whole thing of like the whole article that came out with him, like saying, "Oh, we're gonna do new things, whatever." I'm excited to do that. I'm excited to open Broadway again. I think that's so amazing.
Socially, there's a lot of interesting things that I hope are going to happen. And I'm curious about how that's going to work. But I think about how difficult it has been to be in the room with one other person. I desperately miss being in a collaborative space with a cast of people. That's going to take a lot for us to get in that room. Obviously, rehearse. There's going to be some rehearsals going on.
I mean, 2022 is what I see. Like, I don't see it now. I'm like, I know with the vaccine rollout in New York, it's happening. They're going to make it happen for us.
I cannot lift this arm.
Yeah, like, people are getting vaccinated, but it's kind of like you can still get COVID with the vaccine. It's not a surefire thing. It's like, you know, it's just making you not die, essentially. So it's just kind of like, I don't know. I'm not. It's like I want it to come back, but I'm not excited about it. I'm not eager for it. I'm just kind of moving on into the film TV sector.
They have sort of, I think, figured it out a little bit.
And just the nature of it allows itself, like, you can take a lot more safety protocols and but like, once you open it up to a live audience and you're all 2,000 people sharing 2 bathroom areas, how does that work?
Like, what are the ushers supposed to be? CDC officers now? This was like, "Ma'am, your mask is off." Like, could you imagine with the flashing? It's like they had to worry about the phones and the masks and all the type. Like, how much are we going to be paying these ushers? You know, they also have to be protected. And I believe I think they're unionized or like. It's just, I know that every union is like working to see what protocols, but I never feel. I don't know why I feel this way about equity sometimes, but I'm like, the producers are the ones who really have the power here.
Yeah.
You know, and money is king, not our lives. And I just don't, no matter what they say, no matter what, you know, what they're serving, cash is king. That's what they want. They want the fucking money. They're not that concerned with us. At least that's how I see it. And so, I mean, I know that they're gonna try and protect us, but at the same time, I'm like, I want to be protected, my health, my wallet, and everything. And I feel like we're going to have pay cuts. I'm just I feel a little jaded. And
yeah. There's a lot of work to do with whoever says, okay, we'll be the first ones to come back. There's a lot of work.
So, these are questions I don't know. I don't know if there are any limits to the capacities in theater.
I don't know.
But I was going to say, everyone, you can, feel free to ask any questions, make any comments that you would like of the beautiful, the scintillating, the tantalizing, the glorious and wonderful, luminous Miss Kim Exum.
Luminous. I do use vitamin C on my skin, so
yes,
vitamin C has been doing a thing.
It gives you brightness.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what? I'm gonna follow up on James's Yamas's question. Because I've been kind of semi-stalking you, watching your off book and like certain things, and there was something that you mentioned on the off book that made me want to ask this question, and it is what are the good and the bad of a family, of a Broadway family, right?
Oh, yeah.
The thing, this question comes from this, is you mentioned on this podcast that you went to the Book of Mormon, and you had the thought, talking about the rats and the dust, you were like, we should clean out these fridges. Like, it's been a month. And that immediately made me think there is a level of care and love and pride of place and all of that. And
because you only do that for something you care about, people you care about.
For people that you love and that you care about. And then James mentioned this article that you wrote.
You wrote this amazing thing on the website for Broadway Black.
It was originally just a Facebook post, but Drew was like, we're going to put it on the website. I was like,
no, it was great. Like, I think there's a lot of people not in the business, or hell, even people in the business can have like preconceived notions of what is happening backstage and what shows are about, or what people might think of whatever. And I loved your speaking about, hey, we're a family. This is a cast of people. We come to work and we are a family. And in that family, there's going to be microaggressions that happen. There's going to be somebody who has a bad day, but there's also people who are here to support. And that, there are people who you've been through deaths and births, and you've been through so much together. You're still a family, and every family has their stuff. Yeah. So I thought that was so.
And you cleaned wonderful. It out of the fridge.
Right. So I was like, I would love for you to talk about that, like about
the good and the bad.
Because people don't. I don't think people get that.
I want to start by saying that when Griffin Matthews released that video, I was one of them people that was like, yes, call it out, like call it what it is. Book of Mormon is racist. And in a lot of my being, I felt like it was racially insensitive. And I didn't like that we couldn't just say that, I didn't like that. I mean, because that's how I had moments in the show where I felt a certain type of way about what I was doing. And I felt, but it's also a satire. So because it's a satire, and I don't think a lot of people will get this. Like, if you think that the show is racist and it's a bad show, whatever, you're just going to think that. But I didn't, when I agreed with that video, I didn't realize who I was hurting by agreeing with that sentiment. Because for me doing this show, I just want to openly acknowledge that this show has insensitive portrayals of people, of African people. And a lot of work has insensitive portrayals of African people, and we have to acknowledge that and we have to own that exists, and that's a part of this satire, that's a part of this work. And I think that owning that or acknowledging that, there's power in acknowledging it, because it makes me feel like, especially as a Black person in a work produced by white people, that like, and they do know, but like I wasn't there at the creation of it. But when I acknowledged it, I think at one point I like had wrote on his, you know, his thing, like, because so many of us, I guess, had felt that way in doing that work for so long. But in saying that, I realized that I was really hurting some of the people that I was working with, the Black people that I was working with that
It's sort of a
originated this work.
self-reckoning happened.
Yes. And just because I was feeling that way doesn't mean that that's necessarily what that work was created to do. Because I'm like the 18th replacement. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I know a lot of those original Ugandans, and I didn't mean it in a way of like, it's racist, shut it down, close it. You know, y'all are some coons. Like, that's not what I meant. And when I saw that it was going in that direction of like, them Black people, I was like, oh, absolutely the fuck not. Like, because what you're not going to do is disrespect the house
family
that they built. And I know these Black people, and these are not the whole, these are power to the people, you know, woke ass grounded creators and artists. And they did not create this with that, you know, with like, oh, we just gonna do whatever the white, no, they created this. They had a part in doing it.
There are, and not even with just Book of Mormon, but like, do you think that there are people who, when all of this is said and done, might not go back to work because of their feelings?
Yeah, like, totally. Yeah, I think that not even because they think it's like, I think that the whole, like, when you go into doing Mormon, you watch a show for the first time, you're like, this is fucking racist. Like, actually, the term racially insensitive might be better. But as far as like when I say racist, it's like Coming to America, for instance. Coming to America, the first one, I didn't say the second one. Like, that shit's a fucking, it's racist. Like, it's racially insensitive. He's doing a fucking parody of like African culture. He's not African. You know, comedy kind of leans on that. You know, and when I say it just fucking does. When Chris Rock talks about certain, it leans on that. And like when you watch Book of Mormon, I thought it was hilariously brilliant. But yeah, it's like it's got some racist shit in it.
Yeah.
But it's a reflection. But the purpose, it has a purpose because it's not giving you, this is what African people are. It's how those Mormon boys view what Africa is. It's viewing it through their gaze. It's a white, it's literally giving you white gaze, and it's showing you how stupid that is. Like, that's what it's giving.
And I think what you wrote about your time there and what you all as a unit are doing there, I just thought everyone should be reading that. Anyone who has feelings about the show or feelings about, I just feel like everyone should read that and then think about.
Because our backstage life, like the shows that a lot of these people idolize and want to be a part of, their backstage drama it's drama. Yeah. But Mormon is one of those shows, and I was talking to one of our like OGs, like somebody who's been around the Broadway block and back. He was like, this is not what we have here, is not the norm where people actually come to work and they like each other.
That's special.
You know, and people respect each other. And like, we might have little issues here and there, like everyone does. But like, you know, I got pregnant out the fucking blue, and the Broadway company sent me like $3,000 in Amazon gift cards and cash and a box of books and stuffed animals. And you know, the touring company, when I was leaving, I was only at the tour for like 3 months while I was pregnant. They gave me a bunch, like a cash, just money for my baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't do anything special to deserve it. Like, I showed the fuck up and worked. And I guess I wasn't a dick. I did my job, but I didn't.
But that goes a long way. That creates a lovely environment. That really does. And I think,
and we do that for people who are everyone who is, you know, and it wasn't just me. It was like, you know, people have babies, people's parents pass away. They have to leave work. People's spouses pass away. And these people come together. So yeah, the content, we can dissect the content as much as we want. Everyone can have their own opinion about the content. But when we're talking about the environment backstage,
that's something you have to be a part of to know.
You just do. And and I can't let them go out like that. Like I can be power to the people, Black Panther militant, but y'all not about to disrespect my people.
I was so glad to read that because I hadn't heard anyone say. I had heard people not in the show say those things, but to hear that from someone in the show and from you, I was like, this is fucking brilliant. Everyone needs to read this.
I was just really interested in the fact that you cleaned out everybody's refrigerator because like that's a whole nother level of care.
Because that's serious.
Like that's serious.
Shows
like you care that much about everybody that you're like, I'm going to clean out these fridges. Right. And like that's an old Broadway theater. You went up and down some stairs to get into them fridges.
Oh, so we cleaned out everything. It was me. It was Sarah, one of our stage managers, and who else? And Justin, our music director, had come in later. But me and Sarah were there. Because they'd sent a text like, yo, Broadway's closing for a month. Come down here if you need something. I was like, I need to get my medication, so I'm going to come on down there. And we're down there. We're like, I can't believe it. And then I was like, I should clean up my fridge. And me and Sarah were like, we got to clean out she was like, yeah, let's clean out everyone's. So we cleaned out every single fridge that was in there. And there were so many fridges I didn't even know about.
The secret fridges.
What? There are secret fridges there's fridges underneath fridges. There's chips on top of the fridges. I'm like, why do y'all have so many perishables? Like, so, I mean, we just threw out, after we went and had a drink because it was just
a lot.
It was like the musician's fridge. They need to get it together. It was like dirty.
that should be a thing. The fridges of Broadway. Like I think
they really should.
It's like a blog. Like, right? What's in your fridge?
The fridges of Madison County.
The fridges of Madison County.
I just feel
couldn't
like
let them rats get us.
The shows where you wouldn't do that. You know the times and the things where you're like, oh, I'm not. Oh, that's not for me.
I mean, some people like be hating each other, but like I think what for me, like I love those people, but also like, yo, from the stage, you can see rats running across. I'd be like, satellite rats.
And that's like these are the healthy spaces they want us to go back into and breathe.
Yes. I'm like, so now when I go to Broadway theaters, I'm like, fuck, I need to make sure I wear clothes like boots.
Right. So I'm not putting my bag down here. No.
Like, especially like maybe not at Wicked, but if you're going to Hamilton, if you're going to if you're going to any theaters that are old, where the theater opens into the street.
Right.
There are rats there, y'all. There are rats there. That $25 Manhattan you paid for is a crock of shit because there's a rat running across your feet as you drink it.
Yep.
Actually, Nikki Renee Daniels. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, please go on. Nikki
Renee Daniels told me this great story when she was in Les Mis.
Yeah.
There was like a rat that got on the stage and all the actors knew that it was like a fucking real rat and the audience did it. And she was like, but everyone just acted as though she was like, but it worked because it was Les Mis.
Right.
It was like a rat on stage or something like that. I was just
the rat is storming the barricade too.
Yes. And the audience is like, oh, wow, what an amazing.
How do they train the rat to do that?
Yeah.
Wow.
The rats.
Do you think a lot of
Broadway.
This comes from like when Broadway shut down? A lot of people like this. We didn't know what was going on. Nobody knew what was going on. Do you think a lot of these like the made up stories or unhelpful thoughts around scenarios came from like idle hands, idle minds? Like you have nothing to do. Your industry is right. Right?
Yes.
Like your world is closed, and that's frightening. And that can make you think terrible things immediately about things that might not be terrible, might not have anything to do with you, or like just have it's not your story. But I noticed that there were a lot of there could have been a lot of those things that came up during this.
I mean, racism is real. Broadway's racist, of course.
Yeah.
America's racist.
Sure.
The world is racist. The world doesn't fuck with niggas. So why would Broadway?
Right.
You know? So your tablet, it's in your room on the charger.
Oh, that sweet child.
So yeah, it's like, to me, I'm like, of course Broadway's racist. New York City is racist. Like, your neighbor is probably racist, and like everyone's fucking racist because it's America. But I mean, if that's the type of idle hands you're talking about, to me, I feel like actors are like innovative creatures. Like, you know, they're going to find something to do. What's wrong?
Come with me too.
I can't come with you. Do you want the phone?
But this is not going to be my game.
Okay. Well, go get it. It's in your room. But yeah, it's like, I feel like people just. This is what you were asking, right? Because I'm over here like.
Yeah. I think that it led a lot. I think there were people who were spouting things not based in a lot of knowledge. So when I saw you able to say something about, this is the truth of what is going on, and this is who we are as coworkers and as a family, I was like, thank you. I was so appreciative of that, because I felt like there had been months and months of just like, this is trash and this has been happening, and there's been a lot of finger wagging. So to hear,
I think that there definitely has been a lot of that. You know, and not to take away from anyone's, because I've heard some terrible shit, and like I said, like, it is racist. I thought it was common knowledge that it was racist. I didn't think that we had to come to an awakening that it was racist. I'm like, it's clear, y'all. It's $1 billion. Good. It's $1 billion industry. Of course, there's $1 billion in the elevator. Of course, it's racist, unless it's Beyonce and Jay. But I'm sure that their money's also racist. Like, what the fuck are we talking about here? It's money. It's capitalism. But to me, the real beast of it is capitalism. Yeah. It's like, we're talking money here. But yes, I thought that it was a little bit convenient in certain instances, that it's like, all these things occurred. Black Lives Matter first happened in what was it, 2014, 16? You know, and there are people in the industry who are activists and are down for it or whatever. Right. But to have this much energy toward it in mass, I felt like some of it was out of boredom. And I feel like I can get really chastised for saying that, but I felt like some of it was like, you know, people don't find anything to do. And what will happen is that when things do open up, or when people do book these jobs and and they go silent on things, then you'll figure out like, oh, because activism to me,
telling the truth. Yeah.
I don't like the term activist. I think that you can be an actor and you can be an activist at the same time. But the actors that I know who have been in it for the long haul, who are activists, who do this work, who do theatrical work, based in dismantling white supremacy, that's a different track a lot of times than commercial acting, which is what a lot of us do. And it takes a lifetime of dedication. You know, activists dedicate their life to freeing, you know, to justice. They dedicate their life to justice, not dedicating their life to justice until I get this TV gig. Right. You know,
it's not a moment. It is it's a long haul. Yeah.
And I want to separate it. We can have activists. We can be actors who demand social justice, but we're not giving Medgar Evers. He was murdered in his home. Right. We're not giving Martin Luther King. He was assassinated. We're not giving Malcolm X. He was assassinated. These are people who, their literal lives. There was no, oh yes, I have a CAA reps Martin, and UTA reps Malcolm, and they're on the Crest commercial together.
Right.
But yeah, so I'm like, these are two separate things. Like, when we're talking about this little subset of a movement, draw inspiration, but there is no comparison. People literally fucking died. Children lost their fathers, wives lost their husbands. Like, it is not the same, and let's not pretend that it's the fucking same.
Okay, so I just need to bring us back because I'm like,
Sorry.
wow, now we're getting heavy, and this is a light little talk show at 9 p.m. on a Thursday.
And I'm like,
no, I love it.
I applaud you because I think you are someone who is doing both very well. You are an excellent actor and you are an excellent activist. So,
I don't even be trying to be an activist. I don't even put that in my bio.
You don't have
Black
to.
lives matter.
I don't want it in
what
your
I
bio.
do what I do appreciate about you is that you are authentic and you're real. Like like every time I've seen you in several things and low key stalking you on things and you are Kim Exum everywhere. Like you're not like a different Kim Exum in one space and a different one. And you are the same. You're authentic through and through. You are who you are, and that's what I appreciate.
I think I know where you're going.
Well, I was trying to find a way to get to this last question, but we got
the
real
authentic
heavy.
self thing. The authentic self thing came up.
No,
because
it wasn't you. It wasn't you. It's just naturally how the conversation went. Like that's what happens sometimes.
There was a moment during the tour of Book of Mormon where you took over their Instagram, I believe. And
yes.
I think there's a video where you had the camera. And you had here's a day in the life of me on the road with the Book of Mormon. And two things came up in there. There was a moment where people were asking you questions. And I think someone was maybe asking questions about like, well, what do I do to audition for this? Or how do I get into this? And you gave some excellent advice about being just be your authentic self. And that definitely rung a bell with both of us. But there was a story in there that happened on camera where you left your contacts back at the hotel. So you're at the theater. You get in your little rental car. You go to the theater. I'm here at the theater. You sign in, and you're like, "Oh, please hold. I don't have my contacts are back at this Residence Inn." So I'm gonna need to go. I'm going back to the Residence Inn because I'm not going to navigate this. But within that moment, you also told a story of forgetting your contacts on Broadway.
Oh, I just did the show
and just did the show blind because you knew the stage so well. So I need to know about that.
Oh my God! So I am infamous for forgetting my fucking contacts. I mean, I'm not infamous. It's only happened a handful of times, but now I carry them. I carry them.
They're coming for you.
They're coming. Now I just carry extras all the time. I'm like, let me just throw a box in here. I got extras at the theater and extras all over the place. But yeah, so I'm getting ready. And I also, in Mormon, half hour is 6:30 for a 7:00 show. But Uganda doesn't really have to arrive on stage until 20 minutes after curtain.
Right.
So I don't have to begin the process at 6:30.
Right.
So, and even if I did, on Broadway, there is no, I think for tour, we get there a little earlier. So there's room to come back. And the hotel's only a certain distance away. But, for Broadway, you're getting there at 6:15, maybe 6:25, 6:30. There is no coming back. You're not coming back. Your understudy's doing this show and you're not getting paid. Thank you. Goodbye.
Right.
So I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh my God, I forgot my fucking contacts. So I told one of the stage managers, I was like, hey, I forgot my contacts. I'm really blind. And they're like, is it going to be safe? Stage manager's like, is it going to be safe? What is going on? Are you sure? Do we need to get you? I was like, no. It's going to be fine. I just need you to hand me these when I get off.
Yep.
That's it. I just need I just need you to be aware that I'm going to be blind, but I know what I'm doing, but I'm going to be blind. So it was fine. I just knew I knew the stage so well, I could literally just do it with my fucking eyes closed. But on tour, it's different because the stages are different sizes.
Right.
It's like your stage is the same, but it's just different. And also like navigating, it's not really the stage is a problem, it's backstage.
Right.
So like for Mormon, I have my exact, for Mormon on Broadway, everyone has their exact trail that they follow every single day. Right. But on tour, that trail can change every week if you're, and then even if you're there for like a month, you just get used to it at like the fourth week and then you're gone again. So that's why for tour, I had to go back because it would have been dangerous. And I was pregnant too. So I really didn't want to fall.
Right.
So, but yeah, I was just blind as a bat and nobody knew, no one was the wiser. Like nobody knew.
I love it.
Who's gonna know?
I love when those things happen. It's terrifying, yes, but I love when those things happen.
Oh my gosh. I love it so much. So that was officially our 5 questions.
Those are the official 5. I mean, see, it wasn't that hard. It wasn't that hard.
It wasn't.
There's a fun, I'm finding that the fun 5 that's coming up right now, it's like a rapid fire, quick 5 thing.
Quick 5.
I have found that these are actually more difficult. It's a game. It's lighthearted. We feel like after all of that, we need to do something that's like rapid fire fun.
Because I feel like I'm about to get canceled after this.
What are you talking about? Who's canceling you?
You always have a viewer.
The black delegation of the Theatrical Coalition of the United States of America.
Look, you know what they're doing right now? They're out of work too, so they're fine. You got me.
And also, it's Thursday. Everybody's watching Shondaland. We have a dedicated. Like 15 people who watch us on a regular basis.
Where's Jason?
Where is Jason? Ask that question. He's
not
been here for 2 weeks.
He's here. I just talked to him like 2 hours ago, and he said that he was gonna watch, and I don't see him nowhere in the fucking comments. But I don't see comments from Facebook. Do y'all get comments from YouTube on here too?
Wait, let's see. Is he saying something? No.
Is he?
Okay. But Elisha's saying, you're iconic. Yeah. You're iconic.
So, these are rapid fire 5 questions. Whatever comes to mind first for you.
Okay.
Because we just think they're lighthearted and fun. And we want to know the answers to them.
Okay.
You start this week, Jam, because I started last week.
Can I tell you? I was just about to ask you: is the blue me or is the blue you? So
blue
we have
you.
a whole blue is me. Okay,
because I'm anal retentive and blind. I need colors and bold print.
And that started this week, and I'm like, I don't remember if the blue was me. The assistant didn't communicate that after the show meeting. The assistant. All right. So Toni Collette returns to Broadway in what musical?
Oh my God. I don't know. Fuck. Hello, Dolly? That's not a good answer.
That would be interesting. That would be interesting. What would your Audra McDonald dream role be? Like dream casting for her?
Oh my God. Dream casting for Audra McDonald? This is hard. I'm not good at thinking on the spot. I would totally fail on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Actually harder.
My dream casting for Audra McDonald would be. Oh my God!
She's going to kill it, whatever it is.
But
she will kill whatever it is.
That show.
I want her to be Angelica in Hamilton.
Oh, give us a little taste of what that would sound like.
That's
I'm a girl in a world in which my only job is to marry rich.
I mean, I kind of do want to hear it now.
I want to hear it.
Right?
I'm the oldest and the wittiest and the gossip.
I love it. I love it. All right.
Jam, you're next. Go.
Mandy Patinkin. Yes, no, or maybe?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Your cell phone goes off.
Wait.
Right? That was like a quick, like adamant, like.
He's great. Like everything across the board. I just feel like he'd be great.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
Your cell phone goes off during a Patti LuPone performance. Where do you hide?
I'm not hiding. I'm gonna approach that bit. I'm gonna come to the stage.
Yes, I need you to know the company that you're in. So you, Elle Morgan, and Leslie Kritzer are the three people who have been like, fuck her. Like, bitch, it's my phone.
It's my phone.
Yeah, I did it. So I just want you to, that's the company you're in.
And I love Miss Lapone. I love her. But girl, you're not about to embarrass me. Because you shouldn't even be talking to me. Stop breaking the fourth.
You're
Patty.
doing a show.
You're doing the show. I would get fired for doing that.
Oh my gosh. That is so funny. All right. So the budget is endless. They're doing an all-black production of Into the Woods. You are the casting director. Who do you cast?
In all the roles?
Just any roles you can think of.
Okay. Who do I cast? The budget is endless. I would want to have, so my first thoughts for the witch would be, of course, Audra. But then I was like, Elle Morgan Lee would make a fierce witch.
Oh,
so
right.
we're going to make a star moment and give Elle Morgan the witch. The baker and the baker's wife, Sierra Renee.
Oh.
Baker. Who would be the baker? I have trouble with men. I don't know.
That's a whole other episode.
James wants to play the baker.
All right. Then come on, y'all audition.
Who's the baker?
I want to be the baker.
I want to be the baker's wife.
Oh, you want to be the baker's wife?
I want the baker and the baker's wife to be a gay couple. And they're trying to adopt.
I'm over here. You know what? Since we could just have it as I don't know who would be like.
Who's Cinderella?
I was actually just about to think about that. Who would be Cinderella in an endless budget? Oh my God, she would, but I think she's too old. No shade, Brianna.
Yeah,
love you, sis. She would be a fierce baker's wife, though.
Oh yeah.
So maybe I could put Sierra as Cinderella, even though I want like a Sierra Cinderella, Brianna as Baker's wife, and then a little red. I think that I would cast like a big Little Red, like a Little Red who doesn't look like a little girl at all. Like
she's like womanly,
like hello little, like that, like Little Red. So who could I cast as that? Maybe like a. This is hard. I'm so glad I'm not a casting director. I'd be like, guys, I quit. Endless budget, black people.
I want like an Amber Riley energy.
But
she's too innocent for me. I want someone who's more sex. Yeah. She doesn't give. She
like
gives
a vamp, a young vamp.
I want like a vamp, and I know that I'm like, who could give that? And somebody who could give a different vocal flair too. Like, I think I would change the whole thing. Like maybe like I don't know, I would maybe give Amber Iman a little moment, even though she's kind of innocent too. She's innocent to me. Like she gives innocent energy, but I think that she could be a fierce, like sexy Little Red.
So it's like
Lizzo. I'm not casting Lizzo.
All right. I would love that. Ooh.
Well then,
those are good.
The final one. Who are you casting as Milky White?
I want Milky White's just going to be a projection.
Brooks
Ashmanskas.
So he likes to do shows with all black people. I feel like,
and he would kill it too.
He would win a Tony for it. He would
actually win a Tony.
He would actually win a Tony.
Yeah, for Drama Desk.
Milky White.
Drama Desk nominee, Drama Desk Award winner.
Sweep. Just a clean sweep.
He'd just be that good at being Milky White.
Oh my God, it's so true.
He would be so good. Maybe we could put like a little tap number in there, like a little modern dance.
Give
like a little
Milky White a number.
Something. Yes, but no, just nothing. But nothing. He wouldn't be saying.
No, it's still nothing in Milky White.
The goodbye, old pal. He would dance his death. He would tap.
Yes.
Tap dance.
It will be face.
My goodness.
I want I see like a spot of just the face though, and it's just like, and you can just see and that's how he wins it. It's like the first ever silent.
Love that.
Wouldn't that be fierce? Like, here's your role. You have no lines. Good casting.
I can never ever pronounce his last name.
I'm like Ashkamashkin.
Brooks Ashmanskas.
All right.
Brooks
You know what?
Ashmanskis. Okay, great.
And also, your co-host on the podcast, we were doing such a dreadful thing.
Ngozi Anyanwu.
Ngozi, yes.
Ngozi.
It's terrible. You know, she went to UCSD. I think she went to UCSD where I went there. So I want to talk to her about that. I want to talk to her about that.
She's lovely. She's really lovely and great and smart and down to earth and fantastic actress and writer. She's dope.
I have to say, I really have been enjoying Off Book podcasts, and I've been trying to to jump in and catch it. It's real. I love it. I love spending time with you guys. So it's Sunday nights, right?
Sunday at 6.
Sundays at 6.
Usually.
Yes. So that's another one that you can. So basically, we're going into our goodbyes. And
you have been a joy.
You've been a perfect friend.
You have.
I'm tap dancing my death to goodbye.
Yes. Don't let me ever direct anything. It's going to be all of the arts.
Well, we have a whole set of things planned for the nursing home. We need to be in the same nursing
Cinderella
home.
In point for on the steps of the palace.
We want to do a rotating Velma and Roxy, but we want to do it seated.
So
yes. And then on alternate nights we'll switch.
Yes.
But the gag is the two of us are seated.
The whole time.
The whole time, whole show. Just next to each other. And the whole thing just happens around us.
Oh my god.
Just like the whole number.
Yep. There's something there. There's something there. You have been an absolute joy. So this has been like super, super fun. And I'm very just glad it got to happen.
Yeah, you know, and like I'm so glad you like popped into our show that time and piped up in the comments, because I was like, immediately I was like, let's book her. We don't really know her. I don't know her. Do you know her? But I like her. I like her energy.
But like, I feel like I know so much more about you now, and I've been a fan of yours, and you've been like in my head. So like,
and I just like your
nice
energy.
I also kind of stalked you guys because I was like really a big fan of Strange Loop. So just kind of like,
yay. No, you have a wonderful
well,
energy.
We stalked you back.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. It has been a good stalking. And
creep.
This has been absolutely lovely.
And so here are your @s.
Yes. Go so follow Kim Exum.
That's such everywhere. A lovely fucking headshot.
First of all, these photos.
Emily Lambert, ladies and gentlemen.
Really?
Okay.
It's a good fucking shot. And that was my test shot.
That was the test shot?
That was the test shot. And when she took it, she was like, watch this be your actual headshot. I was like, yeah, whatever. And then she sent me all the shots and I was like, so the test shot.
It's amazing.
So you can follow her on Instagram at kim.exum and follow the Off-Broadway podcast at Off-Broadway Podcast. Off-Book.
See? The nursing home show is coming up real soon.
Yeah, real soon. And like I have Brooke Schmuckish Ashmishkunsh in my head. Ashmanskis.
The two
in my head.
Starring as Milky White.
I want it above the title.
Brooks Ashmanskis as Milky White in off La Mama production of Into the Woods. Produced Into the Woods. Into the Woods is very small.
It's very tiny. Very tiny.
I love
because I don't want people to know what they're getting into.
Yes. You know, I worked at La Mama for 15 years.
Really?
I
Come
did.
on, La Mama. I went to their spoken word. It was everything. I used to do spoken word.
Oh, really? I
was pretty good at it.
I can see that. Mums died today. You know, Craig Mums. He was like a big spoken word.
Yes, I saw that on
Yeah.
Somebody posted it
somewhere.
But
Jason posted it.
I saw it.
Oh, that's the one who's not here, which is why I can't remember who who he is.
We're going to get on
He's
it.
not here.
Just Feisty not showing up to things.
Where are you?
Yeah,
Well,
where are you?
He is coming up on the show too at some point. So
great.
So,
he's good at podcasting.
Yeah.
Well, also he just mysterious. Like he's just like, I'm just dropping into New York. Don't ask me too many questions.
Mm-hmm. And he's probably here filming something with like
filming
Beyonce.
like knowing him. it's like
I'm here.
I'm just doing something. He's in the new Steven Spielberg epic movie. You know,
he's like playing a Hobbit or something.
Oh my gosh. All right. So shall we announce oh no, we do that. We don't do that now. Now we do this.
We do this thing. Every week we close out the show with one wish. The rationale is that Genie give everybody 3 wishes and I hate genies.
You don't like genies?
I don't see a point. You live in a lamp. Why you causing me stress?
So you'd be like this, like, are you fucking kidding me?
You're like, I was dusting.
I just dusted it off.
So we give everybody one wish.
Just one wish.
Yeah. So do you have one wish, Jam? For the people?
My wish for everyone this week is just to take care of yourself. It's not really a wish, but I just want you to take care of yourself in whatever way you need to, and I'm saying it for myself because I'm in the hallway right now. I'm in like all of these transitions in my life, and waiting for the next door to open. And so
I thought you were in the literal hallway.
I did too for a second.
I was like, why are you in the hallway of your building?
No, I'm in a spiritual hallway. I'm in a spiritual.
I got you now.
Psychic hallway, right? I haven't landed in the next space. And I feel like in the pandemicalness, in the pandemonium, we are all kind of in a literal spiritual psychic hallway. Mm-hmm. So I just want everyone to remember the door will open and you will land somewhere. So that is my wish. Just remember the door will open. You will land.
I wish Lord, this microphone. I had this good vaccine waters yesterday.
Vaccine waters.
I came home and got literally I got right on this good couch and I took the onlyest 2.5-hour nap in the middle of the day. And it was heavenly. So I want everybody to take a nap. Just in the middle of the day. What else are you doing? Even if you're working from home, does your boss know? Like, just turn it all off. Get on that good couch. Unhook this bra.
The Zoom is just like this.
And this 2.5 hours, I was out. And then I was like, I am refreshed. I still can't lift my arm, but I'm refreshed. So I want everybody to take a nap this week.
Okay.
And what about you, Kim Exum? Kim Exum, give them one wish.
One wish. I wish for everyone to wear some SPF when you take your ass outside.
Yeah.
Y'all really need to start wearing this sunscreen. You do. You got to do better. We all, I know that you're looking at me like, but Kim, I know what I look like. I know that I'm light, but it doesn't matter what your melanin is. You can get sun damage and you need to wear SPF. And also, if you are over the age of 25,
and I'm not there yet. I will be.
Yeah, I'm not. There you
You need to get, I wish for you to get a simple skincare routine, incorporate some retinol gradually if you haven't already, and some vitamin C for skin brightening. But I'm really advocating for the SPF because niggas really be out here with bare skin, and I was
just out
for years. Just out.
I've done it. I do like it's
you
for
got
some reason I always do it on vacation where I'm like, fuck that SPF.
You gotta get
back.
Permanent damage, y'all. Your collagen so like when you're a baby, your collagen reproduces like, I don't know, it's like some crazy thing, like more than every 24 hours. Like that's why baby skin is so soft. Like it's just like this. And then when you get to like 21 or 22, it starts to slow down. And then every year past 21, it literally just stops reproducing at some percentage. I don't know because I'm not a fucking dermatologist. But that collagen production depletes as you age, which causes wrinkles and fine lines and all that shit, and makes your skin more susceptible to sun damage. So my wish for y'all is to get a nice SPF 50. It could be chemical or it can be physical. And place that bitch on your face before you go outside. And then once you get in the habit of that, you can do it every 2 hours. And you can really save yourself, you know, you can save your youth.
Elijah Caldwell wants to know what retinol are people using? Because he's now 30, so he's like, oh crap.
I said 26.
I gotta do it. And can I tell you? Oh Lord, I just had snotted on camera on a podcast. Can I tell you? I was looking at the breakdown of the script today of the show that I'm working on, of The Notebook, and my character is listed as 20s or 30s, and I just wanted to say thank you.
That's great. I would call my agent and be like, "You got to white it out. We got some new numbers."
Not white it out.
No, but I mean, like, clearly, I'm giving 20s or 30s energy, and it's believable. And for that,
I mean,
hey.
So for retinol, you can start using you can. Okay, so you want your retinol to not come in like a jar. You want it to come in like a pump, or maybe even like a dropper or something with anyway, I would recommend The Ordinary. If you're just starting out, there's different levels of retinol depending on the strength. So the older you are, the higher the strength. But when you're first starting out with retinol, you want to do it like every other day, or because it can irritate your skin. It can cause peeling and redness before your skin gets used to it. Also, only use it at night.
You want to do too much at first.
Yes. So I wouldn't recommend I've never used retinol in my life. I'm using AM and PM every single day. No, your skin is gonna hate you. It'll eventually get used to it, but you're gonna peel. So usually at night is best, because if you're not using an SPF, you shouldn't be using any skincare. You have to use SPF, or else that shit's gonna burn your skin. But yes, just The Ordinary. I just ordered some Paula's Choice because I'm upping my retinol level because I've been doing it for a while, so I'm a little advanced. You can also go to your dermatologist and get some prescribed and all.
There
but you should
also
just
a lovely dermatologist at the Actors Fund.
See, look at God. They know. And go to YouTube, like Skincare by Hiram, this little white ex-Mormon boy. He be on what he's talking about. And
there
also Dr. B on
handy
YouTube.
Things on YouTube. I found somebody on YouTube today who is making the exact jumpsuit that I'm making for myself. And he is helping me in ways.
Resources.
YouTube.
You see, James, we're making connections because this is James's favorite thing. He's like 5 drops of this essential oil in this kind of unction and make a mask
But this is the time. We're home. We ain't doing nothing.
He's happy
and you gotta be on everybody's camera.
He did masks backstage.
Yes, I did.
Before Strange Loop all the time. He'd just be sitting there.
I actually did
on stage, just a clear. I remember my grandmother used to do an egg white mask on her
and
face
then go
once
out.
a week. Just a nice little egg white tightening your face. But yeah.
Oh my
People
God.
should get into it. Get it. It's fun. And you're everyone, it could be so simple, but it can really help your skin and make you look a few years younger. So
okay,
I look weeks younger.
We're done.
we're at the 90-minute mark.
Yes.
And so I think it's time to announce who our guest is for next week. And roll the jelly beans.
Oh, yes. This is the drum roll.
Our guest next week is
Molly
Hager. Molly.
She has some big shoes to fill.
Mm-hmm. I have some deep cuts.
Molly Hager. Would you like to give Molly? Yes. Would you like to give Molly any advice on how to survive 5 Questions with James and Jam? And audience, if you have any other final comments or thoughts that you would like to give to Miss Kim Exum, please do so now. I'm going to put your ads up again.
Oh, my ads.
So that was a Saquon thing. Saquon, she was like, "Do you need my ads?" And I was like,
girl, what?
Ads?
Sure.
Oh,
sure, yeah.
The ads. So I'm now calling it the ads.
That's what they call it in the biz.
In the biz. So these are your ads, and you can follow us.
Follow us somewhere too. We're here on 5QJ&J.
And a hashtag.
Can someone oh wait, are we on TikTok? I don't want to use it. I just want to know if we're on it. Was that my job? I was supposed to do that.
I think we have a TikTok. Have we done anything on TikTok?
Go everywhere. Because there's some folks on here some folks who usually watch
TikTok is fun, y'all. I get lost in TikTok.
I'm too old.
I mean, not doing them, but just scrolling through the app. There's drama. I found this woman whose mother slept with her husband, and I was following the story. It was so much drama. I was like, "This." Well,
maybe I do need to learn how to use it.
I was up till 4 a.m. Oh no, she did not. What happened next?
I love it. Oh my God, Kim.
Go everywhere and follow Kim and follow us. And
yes. And I think we'll have to have you back at some point in time, because now we can officially say we're friends. Yes. And so now we can hang out, and now we can ask even other questions, and and maybe
I'll have a whole show dedicated to the electric slide at some point.
But yes, this is true. And also at some point in time, we're going to get you back here and maybe have you sing something.
Okay. I usually don't sing in public, but
you usually don't sing in public.
We like to force it out of people. We do.
But since we're friends now,
we have to. Jam, we have to do a closing boomerang.
Oh, we didn't do our closing boomerang.
Can you do that?
Right.
As we, as when
I'm
in the middle, I feel like Dina Jones.
Yes.
Tell us, Jones, how do you feel?
Oh shoot, this is hard. The whole mirroring thing.
Oh wait. Oh, I'm on the wrong Instagram account because I need to put it on the 5QJ&J one. Oh God. All right. How do I do that? All right. Story, and then
what am I gonna do?
I know.
Oh, you have a prop. I know.
Do I have things? What do I?
Oh my God! I have a cup here.
Wait, what am I doing?
I don't have a good book or anything.
Wait, what am I doing? Oh, I have slime. I have the weirdest assortment of things on this table. I have slime.
I have everything.
Cup, a Ziploc bag.
This is the boomerang. You have. Oh, okay, okay.
Hold on. I'm trying to reach this chicken.
I'm trying to reach this chicken.
I want a prop.
It'll all make sense.
Oh, I have a sainthood candle that's got my face on it.
Okay.
Oh Lord. I'm trying to touch it. Oh, here we go.
I was trying to reach this chicken.
I'm just gonna do my regular finger wag. All right, everybody, get into your action.
We ready?
Okay, wait. Yeah. Here we go.
All right, do it. Boomerang has been made. Yes.
Oh my God, it happened. What was I doing?
It'll be posted on our page somewhere.
You will see it.
It's fine.
My God. All right. Well, everybody, good
Thanks
night.
Everybody for watching. And
you've
thank you,
all
Kim.
been wonderful. And Kim, stick around. I'm going to end the broadcast, but stick around, and then we'll say our backstage goodbye. But bye to everyone, and we'll see you next week for Molly Hager.
Next week for Molly
Once
Hager.
again, Kim Exum, and good night, everybody.
It looks like